We're continuing to gather information about conditions, but we're also making sure to keep updated with the American Red Cross to learn about disaster relief efforts. We have Callie Edwards with us from the Red Cross. She joins us now by phone to give us an update. Callie, thanks so much for making yourself available for us today.
Thank you. We appreciate all the coverage that we've been getting from you guys and helping to keep our residents safe. So thank you.
Oh, you are very welcome. It's very important information. So Callie, tell us a little bit about now the shelter status in the area of the Eastern District.
Yeah, so we still have many shelters open across the eastern North Carolina, as obviously we're seeing the weather track continue to go, and even places here in Pitt County where we've seen kind of the worst of the weather, we still are getting those spurts of rain and wind. And so right now what we are focusing on is trying to make sure all of our shelters have all the resources that they need, but then also starting to focus on what do folks need to be able to return home, to get back to their new normal and going back and seeing what that next step for them is. And some of them will have been affected and some of them won't. It just kind of will depend on the flooding that may or may not come. We don't know, but all of us will be keeping track of that, as they were mentioning in the conference. Now, when it comes to Red Cross efforts, I can tell you on Thursday night that there were over 20,000 people that were in 200 Red Cross shelters and community shelters. That's the number from Thursday night. I can tell you our last night's numbers are going to be available a little bit later on today, but we are starting to see some of those decrease in our area in terms of who is still open and who is not. We encourage folks to look at redcross.org or your emergency management page for North Carolina and look to see what shelters may or may not still be available in your area. Some shelters are starting to go down from where they are now, and it will depend on how long they stay open and what the need of the residents are. As of midnight on that Thursday, there was actually 14,000 people in 124 shelters, specifically in North Carolina. There was 200 shelters in both North Carolina and South Carolina, but we are definitely supporting a lot of people right here in North Carolina. We have about 2,000 Red Cross disaster responders that are here. They're volunteers that are giving up 2-3 weeks of their time to come here and help people here in Eastern North Carolina. And they are doing everything they can to make sure the folks in our shelters, but then also the folks that are going to be that have been sheltering in place or that might be affected by the storm are also having access into the resources that they need.
Wonderful. Wow, those numbers are just so shocking to know what Thursday night 20,000 people stayed in 200 Red Cross shelters. Wow.
Yeah. Oh. And you know, and Matthew was a very significant event. Obviously, we all felt that very closely here. I think even though Matthew was just 2 years ago, I think the Red Cross and our partners here have worked really well together to meet the challenges and needs of a storm this size, because this was bigger than Matthew in terms of the area that is spreading over. And we're continuing to see the rain effects throughout the state, as you say. And so we are keeping a constant eye on the storm and finding ways to make sure that we're taking care of people. And we could not do that without the support of our generous donors. We're a nonprofit organization that works alongside government partners and other nonprofit partners. And so those that are supporting the Red Cross in this initiative and helping us, pay for this disaster relief, we really appreciate it. It is going to those that need it here in Eastern North Carolina.
Absolutely. And you mentioned some volunteers. You mentioned thousands of volunteers helping staff these shelters. What can everyday people do? I know, some families who may be prepared for 2 weeks of no power and stocked up on food and water and whatnot, and if they don't need it anymore, can they bring it to a shelter and maybe donate it to help out the families that are there?
I am so glad that you asked that question, because yes, there are people. North Carolina is very generous and wants to take care of its people. What we recommend, and the experts also recommend, your community partners, your fire departments, your emergency managers, Red Cross, we ask that you not bring items direct to the shelters. For many reasons, for safety, to make sure that we don't create any fire hazards, and also shelters can be mobile in terms of when they have to move from one bigger shelter to a smaller shelter, and those in-kind items, it's just not the right place for those in-kind items. But we do have places for those things in the community. And for example, here in Pitt County, there are 10 to 12 churches that are collecting items and will also be distributing items to those that need it. Other counties also have some of that network of church groups and organizations that are collecting and getting it to those that need it. What I always like to tell people is that not everyone in shelter, yes, they will need some of those items. However, there's also lots of people that have been sheltering in place, either in their homes or in hotels or with family and friends, that also have been impacted, and those people will need those resources too. By utilizing these church groups and distribution sites, we're able to make sure those people in shelter right now and the people that are out in the community that were also affected have equal access to those things that they need. And so that's the best way to really help what the responders are trying to do with the shelter response and help those in need that are at the shelters or sheltering in the community.
That is such great information, and I'm so glad you went into detail. And I'm hoping that our newsroom can compile a list of those locations or at least resources to reach out to different chapters in different areas on how they can donate and where those drop-off locations are.
Perfect. We can share that, and the Pitt County information page does have many of these resources listed already.
Okay, great. Callie, what about volunteers? Just a quick question. People listening and maybe think, you know what, I have some extra time in the next month or so. How can I register to be a Red Cross volunteer?
Great question. We would love people's help joining our team and helping with this response. We ask that people go to redcross.org to complete a volunteer application. At this point, you can only fill out online applications, so we ask that you complete it online and get the process started, and then when a member of our team will be in touch with you to help you get connected and begin.
Great, great. And my last question for you, Callie. We have been talking a lot about blood donations and how so many drives have been canceled. So what is your message for people who really, why should they consider getting out and donating blood, not just for the need of blood in the area, but because of all those drives that have been canceled?
Yeah, that's a great question, because blood is definitely impacted by this blood collection. On Wednesday, as far back as this Wednesday, we only had one operating drive that could function on Wednesday, and so our blood drives have essentially been shut down Thursday and Friday, and are definitely impacted this weekend as well. We do have our blood center in Pitt County. Greenville is open this weekend between 7:30 and 2:30 p.m. each day. But if you can find a drive in your community, we would love to see you, because right now there are local hospitals and local hospitals, and we have to make sure we're meeting the needs of our local communities and those residents. And when we cancel blood drives, that means we have to work extra harder to get people from other areas to make sure that we're meeting the needs. We're going to meet them, but we can't do it without people like blood donors that help us make that happen.
Absolutely. Callie, anything else you wanted to add for our viewers? We're hoping to post this interview online as well. So anything else that you would like to pass along, we'd be happy to hear it.
I would just say go to redcross.org or download our emergency Red Cross app for more information about shelters and resources, or sign up to volunteer or donate to help support this cause.
All right, Callie Edwards, thank you so much, and thank you for everything the Red Cross has been doing. It is a resource for before, during, and of course after a storm, much like Florence. Callie, thank you so much for joining us.